Hello everyone, this is part 12 of What If Naruto Was Betrayed and Turns Evil, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Konoha, a figure in a dark room, could be seen throwing cloths in an overly large-sized bag. Going from drawer to drawer, getting all the cloths they needed. I can't stay here anymore, thought the person. I won't stay here anymore. I can't stand it here any longer. I should have left when Anko sensei disappeared. The figure threw the bag over its shoulders, opened up the window, and left, never to return in a long time. Morning time. Hinata yawned as she got up from bed. She was really tired from all the training that she has went through yesterday, wanting to uphold the Hyuga name, seeing as she is the heir of the clan. Hinata stepped out of bed and went to go take a shower, fix her hair, and finally exited her room. She walked out the room and into the very long hallway of the Hyuga mansion. She really did like her house, even if it was big as hell. She was grateful for everything she had. Things were going good with her father, and her training has also made her jump to a new level of her Hyuga abilities. Her and Menma were also good, and she was actually going to see him now. Hinata saw her sister's room, Hanabi, was still closed, so Hinata guessed that she was still sleeping. Hinata hurried down the stairs to eat breakfast, before heading out to go help out with the construction of her village. Hokage tent. Minato stood in front of Danzo, hearing what happened at the Gokage Summit. Minato had recovered over the time Danzo was gone at the Gokage Summit, making Danzo hid his anger, and Minato stepped back up to his title as the fourth Hokage. Danzo told Minato everything, not wanting to lie to the man that had more power to him at the moment. Even if he did lie, the next time there was another Gokage Summit, Minato would know of the truth, and would probably punish Danzo for hiding information. So the Mizukage has gone over to see if she can add wave to the war effort? Asked Minato. Yes. We haven't received word if she succeeded or not, so we still do not know if Naruto no Yoko has agreed or not. Said Danzo. Maybe we should send over some of our own ninja to see if everything is alright, thought Minato as he rubbed his chin. Maybe, but I don't know if Naruto would be happy to see them. Said Danzo. Don't worry, said Minato, we'll just send the people that Naruto is comfortable with, along with a Jonin to watch over them. Hyuga Mansion. It was afternoon, and Hinata entered the mansion again. She just got done moving some to the lumber around for the builders to make more houses. She really did feel good help those who were affected by the destruction of Konoha. It just gave her a good feeling inside. After that, she hung out with Menma and Mito for a while, before returning home. Everything was going good with her. Yeah, right. Hinata walked back up the stairs and passed by her sister's closed door, making her raise an eyebrow. Did her sister sleep in all day? Hinata looked around, before opening the door, wanting to see if her sister was okay or not. Hanabi-chan, whispered Hinata, are you in there? When she didn't receive a reply, Hinata entered the room. She turned on the lights, to see drawers open, an unmade bed, and an open window. That weird, Hanabi-chan is cleaner than this, thought Hinata as she walked into the room. She looked around and her eyes stopped when she saw that the drawers had no cloths in them. Hinata started to gain a worried look on her face. She looked on the bed to see a note on Hanabi's abandoned bed. She picked up and started to read. For the one who is reading, I am Hanabi Hyuga, and I am leaving. I can't stay in Konoha. Some of the elders of the Hyuga clan has had a secret meeting with me. They told me that I would receive my slave seal in the next week. I couldn't stay for it to happen. I don't like my clan, the way they work, politics, all of it. I know I have friends and family that I love that I am leaving, but I rather be free with no friends than to be a slave to my sister and to have friends that will only abandon me over time because of my statues. I won't sit back while my last days of freedom pass by me. I will leave and never return, unless the Hyuga clan can change. To my father and sister, I'm sorry, but you must understand that the position I was in made my choice. I love both of you, take care. Hanabi. The only thing Hinata could do after that was scream in sorrow. Hokage tent. Minato was sitting in front of his desk, writing on some documents. He had sent Sasuke, Sakura, and his wife to Wave to go see if everything was alright with the war and Wave helping out the 5 great nations. At first he didn't want to send Kushina, but she said she wanted to go to see her child, which he agreed to. That was a good 2 hours ago, and he was worrying if they would have any problems in Wave. Hokage-sama, said Achunin as he ran into the tent. Hyuga Hanabi of the Hyuga clan has deserted the village. What? Shouted Minato as he slammed his hand on his desk. Get our most elite Inuzaka and some of the Anbu to go out and find her. We can't let this information get out to other villages, yelled Minato. Outside Konoha, Hanabi was running on the ground, staying out of detection of any passing by ninjas. She was covered in sweat, having been running for a while with a very heavy backpack on her back. I got to make it to Anko Sine, said Hanabi as she took a drink of water from a bottle and began her journey again. Before she could get far, she sensed 3 strong chakra signatures. She quickly hid and turned on her Byakugan. I can't wait to go to Wave, said Sakura with a girlish squeal. We get to see Naruto again and chill and eat some of their probably delicacy food. Oh, it's going to be great. We aren't on vacation, Sakura-chan, said Sasuke with a chuckle. Well hell, we need a vacation. All that damn work I've been doing at the village. It's time to kick back and relax, Sakura said. Kushina was talking as she was jumping ahead, kind of scared as they got closer to Wave. Oh, I don't know what to say. What to do? Should I just say, hey, Naruto-chan? It's your car-chan. No, I can't do that. He hates me. What to do, pondered Kushina in her mind. Kushina-sama, are you okay? Asked Sakura. I'm alright, just thinking, she said. Sakura nodded as the 3 continued to Wave. Hanabi sighed in relief as they passed by. Good, it seems they aren't aware of me leaving. That means I can carry on with my own pace, she said as she jumped up in the trees and followed behind the group. Konoha, I have a scent, said one of the Inuzaka. Me too. It isn't as strong as I want it to be. She must have left earlier today, said another Inuzaka. They all followed the scent to one of the Konoha gates, also noticing that the scent got stronger as they kept moving. It seems she's not using the trees, sticking to the ground to lower detection, said Sume Inuzaka, leader of the Inuzaka clan and mother of Hana and Kiba Inuzaka. She's smart, said Hana. She looked at the gate and noticed the direction it was facing. Ah, doesn't this gate lead to Wave? Asked Hana. Everyone gained wide eyes instantly. Oh no, said one of the Anbu. You don't think, said another. We must leave now. No holding back, yelled Sume as she jumped to the trees, everyone following her. Great Naruto Bridge. Should have known they would have named it this, said Sasuke as he and the other 2 females looked up at the sign that named the bridge. He has his own bridge. Naruto, you are so unpredictable, said Sakura with a smile. They all started to walk on the bridge, not noticing the eyes that was watching them. Konoha ninjas, growled out Suigetsu as he watched from the water he was merged with. He always stayed in the water, making sure that the travelers that entered weren't coming with evil intent. He didn't feel any evil intent coming from them, but they were still Konoha ninjas. The group of Konoha ninjas' eyes widened as they saw the water move around them, shaping into spears. They were surrounded, with no way out without being impaled. Ah, hey there, said a worried Sakura, holding her hands up. The spears of water closed in on all of them, making them back up to each other. There wasn't any room to move now. Why are you here? Shouted a voice. Ah, we are from Konoha. I know that you leaf bastards. Now tell me why you are here. Shouted the voice. I am Sakura and this is Sasuke and Kushina. We come. Who the fuck is Sakura, Sasuke, and Kushina? Demanded the voice. Us. Shouted Sakura. Hold on, Sakura-san, whispered Sasuke as she stepped up a little. The water spears got closer to Sasuke, making him gulp. Watch where you're stepping at. I'll impale you to death and eat your remains, yelled the voice. I am, the Uchiha, and the girl over there is, the pink-haired girl, said Sasuke. Instantly, the water drills deformed and returned to the ocean. Then why didn't you say that in the first place? Shouted a voice. A boy jumped from the water and on the bridge, landing right in front of the group. I'm Suigetsu Manjutsu, said Suigetsu with a thumbs up. Ah, hey there, said Sakura with a wave. Sorry about the spears and stuff. Naruto-sama just doesn't like Konoha ninja, but y'all are cool. said Suigetsu. Thanks, said Kushina with a smile. Wait a second, shouted Suigetsu as he finally noticed Kushina. Instantly, the water spears appeared around Kushina, making her put up her hands in surrender and worry. Who in the fuck is you? Shouted Suigetsu. Wait, she's cool, shouted Sakura in worry. How the fuck am I supposed to know? Shouted Suigetsu. She's here with us, right? Shouted Sakura. The water spears went back to the water and Suigetsu was rubbing the back of his head sheepishly. Oh yeah, if she is here with you too, then she must be cool, said Suigetsu. Why are you all even here? He asked. We came to see Naruto, said Sasuke. Oh, he's at his house. You can't miss it, said Suigetsu. I'll see you all later, he said as he jumped back into the water, vanishing. I didn't even sense him, said Sakura. Naruto really has some monsters on his team. I know, said Sasuke as the group continued to walk on the bridge. The Konoha ninja made their way to town, and Sasuke and Sakura were amazed at the change. Wave used to be a terrible place, full of rodents and poverty. But now, it was thriving with people, and there was an abundance of food, stores, and smiling people. This place really has changed for the better since we left, said Sasuke as he watched some kids play. Was it really bad when you all first came here? Asked Kushina. Yes, really bad, said Sakura as they made their way through the crowd of people. Come on, Kin, said a Philomar voice. I was just joking. No, you weren't. You said that you wished my breast were a little bigger. Kin shouted. No pussy for you for a month. A month, yelled a very sad Zaku. You can't do that. Sex is where I get my energy. I swear, I can't believe you two can talk about such things in such a crowded place, said Dosu as he walked beside the two. Is that the sound ninja? Said Sakura. I think so, said Sasuke as they approached the group. Hey there, guys, said Sakura. The ex-sound ninja looked up to see Sasuke, Sakura, and Kushina standing behind the group. Hey, it's the pink-haired girl. The Uchiha, too, said Kin as she pointed at them. How are you guys? Oh, we're good. Me and Sasuke-kun got together, said Sakura as she wrapped her arm around Sasuke's. Oh, that's so sweet, said Kin. She then hit Zaku on top of his head. Why aren't you romantic like they are? Because I'm too busy thinking about pussy, cried out Zaku. You know you still love me. Hey, you know I do, said Kin as she leaned back on Zaku. Uchiha, pink-haired girl, it is good to see you too, said Dosu as he placed his hand forward. Good to see you too. I hope you have gotten stronger, Dosu-san, said Sasuke as he shook hands. Oh, believe me, I have, he said as looked Sasuke in the eye. Sasuke broke contact with Dosu and turned to Zaku. Hello there, sorry about your arms from last time, said Sasuke. Hey, it's alright. You cut my arrogance in half, which is something I have to thank you for, said Zaku as he wrapped his arms around Kin. Why are you two even in wave? We're here to see Naruto-kun. Do you know where he is? Asked Sakura. Oh sure, we saw him not too long ago. He and Kurama-sama are out shopping for some food. You should find him around here somewhere, said Kin with a smile. Who are you? Asked Dosu as he pointed to Kushina, who was trying to not show her face. I am Kushina Uzumaki, Naruto's blood mother, said Kushina. The atmosphere instantly changed as the Wave 3 looked at Kushina with hatred, ki leaking from them. You mean, you're the woman that locked Naruto up and treated him like shit, growled out Kin. Kushina didn't answer, only turning her head away from them. Why did you bring her with you? Said an angry Zaku. She wanted to see her son, said Sakura. Well, he doesn't want to see her, said Dosu, adjusting his resonating echo speakers. It would be smart for you two to approach Naruto-sama without her. There's no telling what he would do. It was nice seeing you, said Kin, and the three passed by the Konoha ninja, still giving Kushina a very harsh glare. He really hates me, whispered Kushina as he hair masked over his hurt face. Oh well, said Sasuke, not caring about Kushina's feelings, let's keep on going. Great Naruto Bridge. Hanabi was huffing and puffing as she finally made it to the bridge. The three she was following was way too fast for her, and left her in the dust in minutes. She was just glad she wasn't caught along the way. Hanabi made her way on the bridge, looking at how beautiful it was. This bridge is amazing, she said as she looked on at amazement. She wasn't ready when spears of water shot around her and gave her no room of comfort. Who the fuck are you? Shouted a voice. Hanabi was too scared to say anything, seeing the dangerous spears of water that was really close to her. Can't talk, eh? Then I'll just kill you here. Shouted the voice. Wait, shouted Hanabi. My name is Hanabi Hyuga and I come from Konohagakure. Why the fuck should I care? Said the voice as the spears got closer to Hanabi. I wish to join Wave. She yelled as she closed her eyes, awaiting her death. She didn't feel any pain at all, so she opened her eyes to see a boy in front of her, all of the water drills gone. So you want to join Wave, eh? Said Suigetsu. You look young. 11. 12. Asked Suigetsu. 12. Said Hanabi, telling him his age. Thought so. You said you were a Hyuga, correct? Asked Suigetsu. Correct. Said Hanabi. What's up with all of the Konoha ninja coming through here? Asked Suigetsu. Alright, you can go in, but you have to find Naruto-sama yourself. If I hear you did anything fishy, I'll cut you up and eat your remains, hear me? Shouted Suigetsu. When Hanabi nodded her head, he pointed to Wave. Alright, just follow the bridge and you'll make it to town. See ya, said Suigetsu as he jumped back in the water. Hanabi, taking a deep breath, started to walk to the village, wanting to find Naruto and her sensei. Wave, Sasuke, Sakura, and Kushina were making their way through town, looking for Naruto. They have looked through many stores, but haven't found him yet. Throughout the search, Kushina has heard negative comments and glares scented towards her. Naruto must have told them about his past, and some of them must have recognized her, making her shrink at their stares. Hey, what's going on over there? Asked Sakura as she pointed to a herd of people surrounding a story. It must be someone special in there. Maybe the person we're looking for, said Sasuke. The group approached the shop to see what it was. A meat shop, said Sakura with a sweat drop. Why didn't we come here first? Shouted Sakura. They made their way towards the store to enter, but the door opened up, and a familiar red-haired woman came out. Come on, Naruto-kun. We have all the meat you want. Kurama shouted into the store. She turned her head and came face to face with the Konoha ninja. Oh, look what we have here, Kurama said with a smirk. The pink-haired girl and the Uchiha, she looked over their shoulders to see Kushina hiding behind them, and a lost Uzumaki. Ha, I wonder what you all want. We came to see Naruto and to talk, said Sasuke. Why do you all still call me pink-haired girl? Shouted Sakura. Because we know it annoys you, said Kurama with a smirk. She walked around the to see a trembling Kushina. Hello Kushina, how are you? Said Kurama, a grin growing on her face. Good, Kushina replied while trembling. What wrong Kushina? You're shaking like a stripper. Laughed Kurama. Where are you, Kurama-chan? Said Naruto as he stepped out the store, holding lots of bags. Naruto-kun, shouted Sakura as she hugged Naruto. Sakura-san, he said as he looked down at her pink-haired head. He looked up to see Sasuke smirking at him. Good to see you, said Sasuke. You too, said Naruto with a smirk. Naruto-kun, guess who else they brought with them? Shouted Kurama as she pushed Kushina in front of him. You, growled Naruto. He unwrapped Sakura from around him and walked up to the trembling Kushina, his form towering over her. What are you doing in my village? He said in a deep tone. I came to see. My son, she whispered. I am not your son, he said as he pushed past Kushina and towards a smirking Kurama. Naruto, wait. Hold on, Naruto-chan, shouted Tsunade as she stepped out the store, some bags in her hands. I got everything we need for dinner today. Tsunade looked towards the red-haired woman and his smiling face instantly changes into a face full of hatred. You are Kushina, said Tsunade. Yes, who's asking? Said Kushina. She looked at the women in front of her with her own glare. My Car-chan, said Naruto as he stepped up and used his tails to grab the bags in her hands as well as wrapping around one of her wrist. Come on, Car-chan. Let's go. No, said Tsunade, looking at Kushina's shocked face. I want to talk this bitch in front of me. Are you sure? Asked Naruto. Go home, Naruto-kun. I'll met back with you later, said Tsunade. Naruto nodded and used his tails to wrap around Sakura and Sasuke's waist. Let's go, and walked off with Kurama. Tsunade and Kushina moved away to a private area, right outside of town, to have their little discussion. Why is Naruto-chan calling you Car-chan? Said Kushina with an angry scowl. Because he is my son, and I am his mother. You must have a problem with it. Said Tsunade, glaring right at Kushina. I do. I don't want some outsider being called Car-chan by my son. Said Kushina. You don't even know your son. After everything I've heard about you, I don't see why you even wish to be close with Naruto at all. Shouted Tsunade. Because I've realized what I've done. I wish for my Sochi to forgive me. After all, I am the person that brought him into this world. Said Kushina. And you were also one of the people that wanted him gone while he was growing up. Shouted Tsunade. That was a long time ago. Said Kushina as she turned her head away from Tsunade. It was 3 years ago. You aren't good enough to be a mother. All you are is just a selfish bitch that listens to whatever her husband says. Mocked Tsunade. Don't you dare go there. Shouted Kushina. I've made mistakes in the past, but at least I am woman enough to admit them and seek out my Sochi. Not yours. Said Kushina. You say you realized your mistakes, when there shouldn't have been none in the first place. Yelled Tsunade. What mother kicks a little boy out of their own house, cursing his own name? What mother hates his child so much, that she agrees with her husband to lock him up at the bottom of their house? What mother thinks that their child was born a damn demon? Shut up. Yelled Kushina. You don't know what I've been through. My life has been difficult, and the stress finally got to me. I believed my husband when he told me that Naruto was a demon, and it was my mistake. I know that now. I want to get closer to my son. I want to know more about him. To be there for him. Any mother would be protective of their child, and I don't want anybody other than me that he calls Car-chan. Shouted Kushina. You are protective of him. Laughed Tsunade. What protection were you giving him when he was getting raped? Having a happy dinner with your family. Not a care in the world. Said Tsunade. Be quiet, women. You are trending on dangerous waters now. Said Kushina, her anger starting to get to her. I don't care what you say, women, I hate you for what you did to my son. Because of you, he went through all kinds of torture. He went insane. When he did, I couldn't recognize him anymore. Because of the past he lived in at your damned village, he had to go through so much. But you didn't care. You just sat there, loving the pain he was going through. And when he finally had the power to kill you, that was when you were begging on your knees, crying like the bitch you are. Yelled Tsunade. Not another word. I don't care how Naruto-chan feels about you, call me a bitch again, and we are going to have some problems, growled Kushina. What are you going to do, huh? Beat me in the ground like how you did your son that you so love? You're going to keep sending me death threats, trying to make me scared of you? Well, guess what, I'm not. I feel perfectly comfortable right now, because at the end of the day, I'll never be a horrible mother like you, and Naruto-chan will stay with me. So leave, wave, no one wants you here. Said Tsunade. You red-haired bitch. Fire erupted in Kushina's eyes and all she saw was red. She summoned her sword from a seal on her arm, and started to walk towards Tsunade. She couldn't understand why Tsunade was smirking at her, no worry in her eyes at all. Before Kushina could get halfway to Tsunade, she had to jump back as something blasted in front of her, burying deep in the ground, caused the ground to crack up and rubble to shoot everywhere. What in the hell was that? Said Kushina as she slid back to where she once was. I knew you would come. Said Tsunade, not looking up from where she was. You knew that my patrol area was around here, didn't you? I swear, Tsunade-sama, you are one smart woman. Said a voice in the trees. Kushina looked at what crashed in front of her, and she gained a confused look on her face when she saw it was an arrow. I'm glad you aren't hurt. Naruto-sama would kill me. Said a male voice. I would have vouched for you. Said Tsunade with a smile. Coming down from the trees was Kidomaru, lowering himself down using his spider webs. What do you want me to do with the target? Asked Kidomaru. Eliminate. Said Tsunade, making Kushina get into a defensive stance. I won't let this woman hurt my son any longer. Hey. With pleasure. Said Kidomaru as spiders of every size appeared around Kushina. This is going to be a fun game. In Wave, Hanabi was looking around, trying to find either Naruto or Anko. She had to find one of them, for it depended on if she could stay in Wave or not. Come on, where would either one of them be? Said Hanabi, thinking out loud. She needed to find them. She wanted to find Anko first, though. If she found her, then maybe Anko could encourage Naruto into letting her stay in Wave. Hanabi's eyes widened when she found the store where she knew Anko would be in. Dango shop. Hanabi whispered to herself as she entered the store. Outside Wave, the Konoha group stopped where they were when they saw the Great Naruto Bridge in front of them. That's it, we can't go any further, said an Anbu. Are you sure? You know that the Hokage doesn't like failure, said Tsume. He doesn't want a whole team of his ninja dying either. If we were to enter Wave without their leader's permission, something I doubt we would receive, then we would be torn to shreds, said another Anbu. The Hyuga is probably dead by now. The scent continues into Wave, said Hana. We have to turn back. This mission is a failure, said an Anbu. They all turned back, not seeing the eyes of Suigetsu watching them. None of them saw the Root Anbu sneak past them either. With Sasuke, Naruto, Sakura, and Kurama. Don't eat the meat yet, Naruto-kun. I haven't cooked it yet. I can eat raw meat. The group were at Naruto and Kurama's mansion, sitting in the kitchen. Kurama was cooking on the stove, Naruto was trying to steal some of the meat she was making, and Sakura and Sasuke were watching with amusement in their eyes. So, what is it that you all came for anyway? Asked Naruto as he eyes Kurama's cooking. We came to see if Mizukage-sama talked to you about the war plans and for you to be allies with the 5 great nations, said Sakura. Yes. Regretfully, I agreed. I didn't want to, but if I did get into the war, then I will have a better advantage of getting rid of the Akatsuki for good, said Naruto. So we have no problems? Asked Sasuke. None, said Naruto. He lifted his head up and looked at the 2 Konoha ninja. But why bring her? Growled Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura already knowing who he was talking about. She wanted to rebuild between child and mother, said Sakura. She isn't my mother, Naruto said deeply, making Sakura shiver. We know how you feel about her, Naruto, said Sasuke. But she really wishes to be there for you, to make up time for when she lost it. You mean when she didn't care, said Naruto as he stood up, making the 2 kind of scared. Naruto was leaking some of his ki, so they both knew he was mad. That woman didn't want anything to do with me. She only cared for me when her other children were in danger of me killing them. I don't wish to build a relationship with her, or anyone else in that terrible village you 2 live in. The only reason why I tolerate you 2 were because of our Genin days. I admit that you 2 are my friends, but no one else. If Konoha crosses the line, I just might finish what I started. Finished Naruto. Kurama stopped cooking when she heard this. She didn't want Naruto to go back to that. Those eyes that he had back then still sent chills down her body. Naruto-kun, said Kwama. She looked towards him, her eyes meeting his. Naruto just took a deep breath of air and faced the 2 Chunins. Everything with the war plans are set. The 5 nations have Wave support, said Naruto as he got up and went upstairs. He's still mad, said Kurama as she sat down where Naruto once was. He doesn't want anything to do with Konoha, or anyone else. He's still getting his mind right for the things that going to happen in the future. Are you 2, all right? Asked Sakura, talking about Naruto and Kurama. Yes, we are, picking up where we left off, said Kurama. She saw Sasuke's glare towards her and she only took in a breath and smiles. It seems you'll never trust me, huh? No, I really don't trust you. You told Naruto to trust you plenty of times, but he has only gotten hurt from you, said Sasuke. I know, said Kurama. But I promise you, I have changed for the better. I am taking care of him and making sure his emotions don't go crazy. He is still very venerable, and still lacks knowing what friends are. He is improving in having positive emotions though, which I am glad to say. Good. We don't need anything wrong to set Naruto off, said Sasuke. With Kushina and Kidomaru. Kushina dodged another one of Kidomaru's spiders that was headed her way. This boy was stronger than she thought. And the 6 arms just made it worse to pursue in taijutsu, something she hasn't done yet, but didn't want to take a chance at doing it. This is so boring. You are no fun, said Kidomaru from afar. He moved from the ground to the tress earlier, so she couldn't see him, which was bad for her. Kushina was more of a close-range fighter, not long-range. And the area they were in only helped Kidomaru out even more. Come out and fight me head on, shouted Kushina as she slashed at a spider falling down on her. It was cut in half and a large spider web fell down on her, making her scream out at how nasty it was. You want me to come out? Sure then, yelled Kidomaru as he jumped from the trees. You're going to wish you never said it, though, he said as he ran up to Kushina. Kushina was still trapped by the very strong threads that had her trapped. She couldn't slice through it, so there was only one thing she could do. Chakra chains, she said, and many golden chains came from her back. They all flew towards Kidomaru, but surprising to Kushina, Kidomaru weaved through them all, not taking a hit. How sad. The Great Red Death, reduced to this, by a teenager, said Kidomaru as ran through hand signs. How boring. Gum style, spider thread. And a spear made out of compressed spider thread came from Kidomaru's mouth and towards Kushina. Chakra chains. Shield form, she yelled. The manipulated her chains into the form of a shield, protecting her from the deadly spear. Too bad, said Kidomaru, as he broke the spear protruding from his mouth. Guess I'll kill you in a different way. Kushina, finally finding a gap in the spider thread, made her way through and got up, sword in hand. I won't let you kill me. I have a family back at home, she said with determination. TCH, yeah I know. But the most important part of your so-called family, you left to die. He yelled, making Kushina slack in her kenjutsu stance, thinking about what she did. I'll kill you in revenge of what you did to Naruto-sama. He shouted. You won't kill me, she yelled as she ran up to Kidomaru. She got in close to slash off one of his arms, but her eyes widened when her sword bounced off his skin, feeling like she hit metal. Sorry lady, said Kidomaru, but kenjutsu don't work on me. He yelled as 3 human-sized spiders dropped down beside Kushina. They all shot out thread towards Kushina, trapping her again. Damn it, she said. She couldn't move at all, and for some reason, she couldn't even call upon her chakra. My skin, said Kidomaru as he lifted up one of his arms, is covered up in a metal called kumonkan. It is the substance that makes up my spider thread. You won't get away now, for I have my chakra going through the web, enhancing it. I've trained so much, that I can manipulate said chakra to go into my opponent's chakra system, blocking any chakra points that my chakra touches. Explained Kidomaru. So basically, it's like your kumonkan is inside me now, she said. Yeah, that's a fun way to put it. He laughed out. I got the idea of it when I faced off against one of Konoha's Hyugas. Said Kidomaru, thinking about Neji. Good job, Kidomaru-san. Said Tsunade as she approached the two. I'll talk to Naruto about this. You'll put in good word with the boss for me, said a happy Kidomaru. That means more games to play. You really are a positive person, aren't you? Said Tsunade with a smile. I'm always happy. Getting mad isn't me, he said. So what now? Asked Kushina. Now, you die, Kidomaru said as he made knife using his spider thread, hardening from the contact with the air. No, I can't die. I have to go back home, yelled Kushina as she tried to break free. Sorry, Ms. Lady, but the boss mom told me to kill ya, so I got to do it. Said Kidomaru. Please, forgive me. I won't mess up again, shouted Kushina. How do I know that you are telling the truth? Said Tsunade with an angry scowl. Kushina's head dropped down as she looked down to the ground, tears falling out her eyes. I'll let you be his mother, she sobbed out. Are you sure? Said Tsunade, looking down at the women. Yes, but please, take care of him. Make sure that he doesn't go through what I put him through again. Kushina said between her sobs, sad that she has officially lost her son to someone else. Don't worry, I'll never be like you, said Tsunade. Break her free, she told Kidomaru. Aye, Captain. Kidomaru saluted playfully as he walked towards Kushina. Dango shop. Dango. Dango. How I love Dango, sang Anko as she ate through Dango one after the other. She never noticed the happy young Hyuga looking up at her. Anko-sensei. Oh sweet Dango. If you were a man, I would be taking you every day. Munch munch munch. Ah, Anko-sensei. Dango is my favorite thing in the world. Oh, the taste. Gives me chills. Munch munch munch. Anko-sensei. Dango. 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 Hey waiter. Bring some dango to go. Munch munch munch. Anko-sensei. Huh, said Anko as she looked over to see a red Hanabi. Hanabi-chan. Yes, it's me, your appurtenance, shouted Hanabi. She was engulfed in a hug and smothered in Anko's breast. Oh, Hanabi-chan, my most favorite person is here. How I missed you so much. Anko said, forgetting all about what she just said about Dango. It's good to see you too, Anko-sensei, said Hanabi as the two let go of each other. What are you doing here? Konoha and Wave is a good distance away from each other, asked Anko. I couldn't stay there, Anko-sensei. The elders were going to put that slave mark on me, and I just couldn't do it. When I heard that you were here in Wave, I knew that I had to come with you, explained Hanabi. So you wish to stay here with me? Asked Anko. Yes, I want to stay here and join Wave. I heard I have to talk to Naruto no Yoko to do so, though, said a scared Hanabi. Don't worry, Hanabi-chan. I got you. Come with me and we'll sort this out, said Anko as she set some money on the table and left out the store, Hanabi following behind closely. Naruto and Kurama's mansion. Anko and Hanabi were at the front door, ready to go inside. Alright, when you go inside, always be respectful. Naruto-sama doesn't like anyone from Konoha, that's why it took so long for him to trust me when I came here. Just let me do all the talking until he asks for you to talk, alright? Asked Anko, Hanabi nodding her head in return. Alright, let's. Anko stopped herself as she felt more than 2 chakra signatures inside the house. Hold on, Hanabi-chan. Use your Byakugan to see who is inside, said Anko. Hanabi, activating her dojutsu, scanned the inside of the house. There are 4 people inside, 2 of them I recognize as Sakura Haruno and Sasuke Uchiha. They came to Wave for reasons I don't know of, said Hanabi. The strongest chakra signature is upstairs. That's Naruto-sama. Come on, she said as they went around the house. She didn't want to go through the front, since Hanabi was running away from Konoha, she didn't want any Konoha ninja seeing her. The two scaled the walls of the mansion and were in front of the window that led to Naruto. Naruto-sama, said Anko as she started to tap on the glass. Naruto-sama. Naruto, who was laying in bed, heard the glass being poked at. He saw Anko outside, and confused adorned his face. What is that woman doing? He said to himself as he got up and opened up the window, allowing Anko and some random girl in. Anko-san, what are you doing? And who is that? He asked as he pointed to Hanabi, who was hiding behind Anko. This is Hanabi-chan, Naruto-sama, said Anko as she pushed Hanabi forward. A Hyuga, growled Naruto, making Hanabi even more scared than before. Why is she here? Well, she ran away from Konoha because she was planned to receive that slave mark upon her forehead that the Hyuga clan is known for doing. She was once my apprentice while I was in Konoha, and I have come quite fond of the girl, she said with a smile. So that is why you came through the window, to avoid Sasuke-san and Sakura-san downstairs? He asked, getting a nod from Anko in reply. Who are you related to? Asked Naruto as he crouched down in front of Hanabi, his eyes flashing a dangerous crimson. Hi Hinata, she's my older sister, muttered Hanabi. Usually, when I see anyone related to Konoha, I kill them, said Naruto, making Hanabi shake even more, but since Anko-san knows you, then I'll let you stay for now. Really? Asked Hanabi with wide eyes. Yes. But if you do anything that makes me suspect you are working for Konoha, I'll kill you, said Naruto, his eyes glowing again. Why yes, Naruto-sama, said Hanabi. Stay up here for now. There are some Konoha ninja here in Wave, and I don't want them to see you, he said. Thank you, Naruto-sama, said Anko with a bow. Don't worry about. She is just another person wronged by Konoha, he said as he sat back down on his bed. I'm going to do something about that damn village, he said. With Kidomaru, Tsunade, and Kushina. Kidomaru was about to cut Kushina loose, but a kunai with explosive tags appeared beside him. He quickly grabbed Tsunade and Kushina and jumped away, avoiding the explosion. Damn it, what was that? Asked Kidomaru as he jumped down on a tree, releasing Kushina from the web trap. Root Anbu surrounded them, swords drawn. This isn't a target. Where is the Hyuga? Asked the leader. Who the hell are you guys? Shouted Kidomaru. That is not important. Tell me where the Hyuga is and we will avoid fighting, said the Root Anbu. What the fuck are you talking about? There are no Hyuga in Wave, asked Kidomaru. They must not know, said one of the Root. We shall eliminate them anyway. Do you see that woman in the back? Said one of the Root Anbu. She is the self-proclaimed mother of Naruto no Yoko, our second target. Capture her to have leverage against the demon. He said. They all got into a stance, ready to follow out their orders. Who are they? Asked Kidomaru, getting into a stance. Root. Danzo's men. This is an act of treason. Why are you here? Yelled Kushina. Should we receive the Uzumaki as well? She does seem weakened and Danzo-sama wishes for her en route as well. Said one of the Root. Proceed, said the leader. They all dashed towards the three, ready to battle. Oh shit, said Kidomaru as he ran through hand signs. Spider web trap, he said and covered Tsunami in a large web of defensive thread. Sorry, Sunmai-sama, but this will protect you, said Kidomaru. It's all right, she said from in the web. Truths for now, asked Kushina, looking at Kidomaru. Hell yeah, he said as he ran through more hand signs. I was once Kidomaru of the East Gate, he said as he slammed his hand on the ground. A large puff of smoke stopped the Root Anbu where they were. When the smoke cleared, it revealed Kidomaru on a very, very large Black Widow. But now I am Kidomaru. The Black Widow, he yelled as he moved the bandana from his forehead, opening up his third eye. Let's go, Red Death, he shouted. Hell yeah, shouted Kushina as she drew her sword, golden chains coming from her back. Engage, said the leader Root Anbu as they charged forward. Later Naruto's mansion. Naruto was laying in bed, while Anko and Hanabi was sitting on the floor, watching TV. They all turned their heads when they heard a large explosion in the forest. What was that? Asked Anko as she got up from the floor. I don't know, but I'm going to find out, said Naruto as he bust through window and flew towards the explosion. Anko got up and went to the window. Stay here. You need to be kept hidden, she said as she jumped away. Be careful, Hanabi whispered as he looked out the window of Anko's retreating figure. Forest. Most of the wave ninja appeared at the site of the explosion, wanting to know what was going on as well. Kidomaru-san, what's going on? Shouted Gurren. Some random ass-masked ninjas came through, saying they wanted some Hyuga. There aren't even any Hyugas in wave, shouted Kidomaru. How many of the enemy is left? Asked Dosu, reading his resonation echo speakers. About a good 20, said a sweaty Kushina. Kidomaru and Kushina were tired from all the fighting they were doing and were glad that help came. What is she doing here? Asked the newly arrived Kurama. I was helping, said Kushina with a huff. They all looked forward to the Root Anbu that was still standing. Stand down, said the leader. Naruto blasted down in the middle of the area, everyone's eyes laying on him. Who is the enemy? Asked Naruto. All of those masked pussies, shouted Tayuya. Good, said Naruto as he went to work. 5 of the Root Anbu charged towards Naruto, but they were sliced up by Naruto's wind. Naruto sent yokai into his hands and flew towards 2 unsuspecting Root Anbu, both getting impaled by Naruto's claws. 7 down, said Naruto as he threw the 2 bodies down. The Root Anbu looked a little hesitant to fight at first, but kept charging towards Naruto. Naruto made 2 red Razengans and blasted through 2 of the masked ninjas. One of them tried to hack off one of Naruto's tails, but Naruto used his tail to wrap around the man and crushed him to death, leaving 10 more of them. Naruto appeared in front of one the Anbu and grabbed one of his limbs using his tails and ripped them off of his body, leaving a howling, limbless man. 3 of them tried to jump on Naruto, but were all crushed as Naruto's tail slammed them down into the ground. Another 3 appeared in front of Naruto, going through hand signs. Kaiten, great fireball jutsu. They yelled and sent a massive fireball towards Naruto. Naruto just smiled at the approaching fireball, letting the fire consume him. Did that do it? Asked one of the ninja. No, growled a deep voice in the fire, making the Root ninja shake. You really think this is enough to stop me? Ha 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 ha, laughed a voice in the fire. The forest was on fire, and a figure was seen in the fire, just fine. Impossible, shouted one of the ninja, actually getting scared. Trust me, when dealing with me, nothing impossible, said Naruto as he lifted his head, showing his eyes. Kurama's heart dropped when she saw them. They were all black, just like last time. Fear me, said Naruto as he jumped in out of the fire and in front the remaining root Anbu. Fuyutan, tornado killer, said Naruto. Wind picked up around the three masked ninja, and they were lifted up in the air. A tornado was made and sliced at the root ninja, leaving no victims. Blood gushed from their body and started to fall on Naruto and the last remaining root ninja. You are their leader, said Naruto as he approached the trembling man that was on the floor. Naruto picked him up by his head, his nails digging into the sides of it. Naruto sent his yokai into the man, placing him under his genjutsu. Why are you here? Asked Naruto. Danzo-sama asked us to kill Naruto. No Yoko, retrieve Hanabi. Hyuga, and anyone else of value, said the man. Is Danzo still in Konoha? Asked Naruto. Yes, deep, underground, said the man. Good, said Naruto as he applied pressure to the man's head, making it exploded from the force. I've got some things to go take care of now, said Naruto with a smile. Naruto-kun, said Kurama from behind him. Don't worry, Kurama-chan, said Naruto, making Kurama happy that he still remember her. I've just thought about using this again. Using what? She asked him. Naruto turned around to face Kurama, making her see his lifeless eyes. My wicked mode, he said with a smile as his eyes turned back to normal. He hissed as he placed a hand over his eyes. It seems to have a recoil, but the results is what I want. A killer who enjoys doing it with no remorse, he said. He jumped up and landed in front of Kushina. What were you doing here? He asked as he glared down at the smaller women. I was helping Kido, she couldn't finish as Naruto grabbed Kushina's throat, lifting her up in the air. Don't you lie to me. Why were you here? He yelled. I was having an argument with that woman. I got mad, almost attacked. Kidomaru stopped me. We fought. I lost, then Root came. Kushina managed to get out. Naruto threw Kushina to the ground, making an imprint of her form. I want you gone. He looked over to Sasuke and Sakura. Take her and leave. If you two come back to wave, come back yourself, he ordered. Sasuke and Sakura nodded and grabbed Kushina. They dashed away, not wanting to make Naruto mad anymore. Naruto took a deep breath as he calmed down. He turned to his wave ninja to see them trembling some. Sorry you had to see that, said Naruto as he looked at Kurama. When is the next Gokage meeting? 3 days. In Kumo, she replied. He thought. I have to leave. Leave? Where? Asked Kurama. Makai. I need to talk to someone, he said, Kurama already knowing who he was talking about. Who shall go to the meeting though? She asked. Naruto just smiled at her as she told her his plan. The next day, Naruto and Kurama stood on a hill, the gates of hell behind Naruto. Have they left? He asked. Yes. They left not too long ago, she replied. Good, he said as he walked up to Kurama and hugged her. I'll be back in a couple hours. I just need to patch something up. I know, I'm not worried about that, she said. I'm worried about your other plan, she said as she pulled back but still in Naruto's arms. Kurama-chan, I promise you that I'll come back well, he said with a grin. When have I lied to you? Never, she said with a smile. She closed the distance between and gave him a long heated kiss. When she pulled back she looked up into his eyes. You come back like you said, not a scratch on you, she said. Most defiantly, he said. He let go of Kurama. She watched as he entered the gates and they slammed closed, going back down into the earth. Good luck, she said as she went back to the mansion. Makai. Naruto was walking in the abandoned part of the city, the forest. He saw the small house that he was headed to and saw that the lights were still on. Naruto took a deep breath as he put his hand on the doorknob, but stopped when he heard something. Oh yeah. Oh, you're a bad girl, ain't ya? Go ahead and come to me, girl, said a voice in the house. What is he doing in there? Thought Naruto as he put his ear to the door. Oh, terror, oh shit. I'm close, yelled the voice. This was the time that Naruto entered the house. He saw Mr. Re sit at his diner table, a magazine in front of him, and one of his hands underneath the table. Mr. Resit-san? Questioned Naruto. The overly sized mole jumped at the voice as the magazine fell and moved his hand from under the table. Naruto, what the hell are you doing here? Mr. Resit said. I came to visit you, said Naruto as he fully entered the house. What were you doing? Listen, I was trying to get one in, damn it. I'm sick and tired of watching Pornhub Naruto. I need to find a female. Shouted the mole. You still amuse me, even when I catch you fucking your hand, laughed out Naruto. Shut the fuck up and sit down, said the embarrassed mole. It's good to see you again, said Naruto as he sat down, making sure to check the chair. He didn't want to sit in none of the mole's nasty juices. I thought you were dead, admitted the mole. Got your ass kicked like said, huh, said Mr. Reset. When Naruto didn't say anything, he started to laugh. H-A-H-A-H-A-H-A-H-A-H-A-H. Gotcha, asswap like I said. A-H-A-H-A-H-A-H-A-H-A-H. He laughed. When he calmed down he looked up at Naruto. So, why are you here? I came to apologize for last time, said Naruto. The last time I saw you, we left off on the wrong note. Damn man, you sound gay as hell, laughed the mole. When he stopped he returned to talking. Don't worry about it, though. At least you are man enough to say that you were wrong. It seems you aren't crazy like last time, said Mr. Reset. No, I am still insane, but in a lesser form than last time, said Naruto. Oh, that's good, said the mole as he stuck his hand out. So we good? Yeah, said Naruto as he shook the clawed hand. Naruto's smile turned into a frown when he realized what he was doing. Which hand am I shaking? Well, my right hand. Why? Which hand is your writing hand? My right. And didn't you just get done jerking off to fake females with this hand? Quote comma dot dot quote. 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 Shut the fuck up and help me pick some cabbages, said Mr. Reset as he let go of Naruto's hand and headed outside, Naruto right behind him, putting on some Germ-X. Back on Earth, Kumo. Reikage-sama. The Kunikage wave shadow is approaching the village gates, shouted a Kumo ninja. Good. Open 'em up, shouted A. The gates opened and 3 figures walked through, one with a large hat with the kanji for wave on the top. It is nice to meet you, Naruto no Yoko, said A, not actually meaning it though. Naruto, I look like Naruto-sama to you, said a deep voice from the under the hat. The man lifted his head up and A's eyes widened. You're Zabuza Momoki, aka the demon of the mist. Beside me are my bodyguards, Haku Yuki Momoki and Suigetsu Manjutsu, said a smirking Zabuza. But I thought Naruto no Yoko was the leader of Wave, said a shocked A. He is. Naruto-sama is just away right now, said Zabuza, remembering what Naruto told him. Flashback Wave. After killing all of the Root Ninja, Naruto called Zabuza to his house, wanting to speak with the man. What is it that you wish to speak to me about, Naruto-sama? Asked Zabuza. I want you to go to the Gokage meeting for me, said Naruto, surprising Zabuza. But why? Aren't you supposed to be the one to go? He asked. Yes, but I have realized that I will leave soon. I won't be in Wave forever, for me and Kurama-chan shall go to Makai to live out our days, I just need to finish what I started here. You on the other hand can lead, said Naruto as he put his hand on Zabuza's shoulder. But why me? He asked. Didn't you want to be Mizukage at a time? That's why you planned a coup against the previous Mizukage. You wanted to be leader because you didn't like the one that was governing your country, something I respect. Well, I am giving you the same proposition. When I leave, you shall lead Wave into greater heights than it already is. Finished Naruto. I accept, said a determined Zabuza. But when are you going to leave? He asked. After the war. I can't go to the meeting because I have to handle some things, but I shall lead Wave in the war. When we win, and everything has calmed down, Kurama-chan and I shall leave. Don't tell anyone about this, understood? Naruto said. Understood, said Zabuza as he shook Naruto's hand. End flashback. Naruto-sama has business to handle and couldn't make it today. I have come in representation of Wave, said Zabuza. Are you sure? Asked A. Positive. Now stop stressing me and lead me to my room, said Zabuza, making a growl. Later that night, Naruto stood over Kurama's sleeping form who was in their bed. Naruto finished visiting Mr. Reset and came back to Wave later the same day. He was ready to go take care of his business. Naruto leaned down and kissed Kurama's cheek while running his hand down her hair. I'll come back tomorrow, Kurama-chan, he whispered as he put on a cloak with his hood on. He walked out the room and saw 3 other figures in black cloaks. Ready to go, Naruto-sama? Asked Sakin. Do you have everything? Asked Yakumo. Yes, replied Naruto. Good. Let's proceed with the mission, said Pakura as they all left the mansion. Midnight. 4 cloaked figures stopped in front of the large gates of Konoha. 3 were lined up in the back, while there was a large cloaked form in the front. Konoha, said Naruto as he looked up at the wall. I am not here for you today, but someone inside, he said. Naruto's eyes changed from crimson to all black, entering his wicked mode. Here I come, Danzo, said Naruto as an insane smile adorned his face. Konoha, Naruto, Pakura, Yakumo, and Sakin were looking up at the large gates of Konoha, ready to complete their mission. Remember, said Naruto, we came here for one thing and one thing only. Don't cause any extra trouble for us. Hi, the 3 said. All right then, let's go, said Naruto as he sent yokai into the ground and the group jumped over the gate. Konoha Barrier Division Headquarters. In a room with a large amount of Konoha ninjas with a Konoha Barrier team, the people that senses anything and everything that enters in and out of Konoha. Their main purpose was to protect Konoha and give any information they could about any enemies that could be entering Konoha. Anything change? Asked Izumo. No, the sensing water sphere hasn't moved at all. Everything is calm, said Kakoi, the user of the sensing water sphere. That's good. I really don't feel like doing anything right now, said Kotetsu as he put his hands behind his head. I think I'm just going to call it a day. I mean, it is past midnight. Yeah, going home does sound good right now, said Izumo with a laugh. They continued to talk, but everyone, eyes shot open when a red dot appeared on the water sphere. Ah, what is that? Asked one of the chunin in the room. I don't know, said Kokai. I've never seen anything like this, he said. The red dot slowly began to grow the size of a ball. Can we stop this in any way? Asked Kotetsu. I don't know that either. It may be just a malfunction in the jutsu. After all, I don't feel anything trying to block out my signal, said Kokai. That's good. We can just go check out the spot where the red dot is and just solve the problem there, concluded Izumo, getting a nod from everyone else from in the room. Izumo and Kotetsu were about to walk out the door, but spun around at the sight of the red dot growing in an alarming rate, until it took over the whole water sphere. The glowing red water sphere gleamed red for a couple seconds, and then disappeared altogether. Quote, comma, dot, quote. Quote, comma, dot, quote. Quote, comma, dot, dot, quote. Quote, comma, dot, quote. What the hell just happened? Shouted Kokai as he stood up. I don't know. How did this happen? Shouted Izumo. Something just ate through the barrier, shouted Kokai, surprising everyone there. How can that be possible? The barrier is invisible. How can someone even know where the barrier is in the first place? Or even destroy it? Shouted a chunin. Now let's think, said Kotetsu. What do we know that can eat through and destroy chakra? Quote, comma, dot, quote. Quote, comma, dot, dot, quote. Quote, comma, dot, dot, quote. Quote, comma, dot, quote. Yokai, said one of the people present. Oh shit, said Izumo. Naruto no Yoko is inside the village, yelled Kokai. What are we going to do? We can't handle another attack by him. No one is in the bunkers. It'll be a chaos out there, yelled Kotetsu. We're all going to die, shouted another chunin, completely taking the situation to the worst possible way. We must report this to the Hokage, shouted Kokai. The Hokage is gone to Kumo for a meeting, shouted another ninja. FFFFUUUUUCCCCKKKK, yelled Izumo as he ran out the building, going out to alert the people of Konoha. Inside Konoha, 4 cloak figures were jumping from building to building, headed to the middle of the village. Are you sure that you know of the spot, Yakumo-san? Asked Naruto. Yes, I'm positive. During one of my many walks around the village I found a secret entrance that lead to the root base, said Yakumo. Good. You all know what to do, right? Said Naruto. Oh yeah. Kill everything we see, said Sakin. No, you idiot. We need to get information on Danzo before we do that, shouted Akon from Sakin's back. You two are very weird, said Pakura as they continued to head to what looked like the Hokage Tower. Uzumaki Namika's compound. Mito was really having a good dream. She was the Hokage and was telling everyone what to do, and her brother was watching from the sidelines, crying out his eyes that he didn't become Hokage. Minato and Kushina were looking at her with approval, glad with how Mito was handling the village. Naruto was back with the family and was her most powerful ninja, and he loved the Uzumami's family, along with everyone in Konoha, and they loved him back. She was kicked out of her dreams when her sensory skills spiked as she felt 4 very powerful and foreign chakra signals that passed by the house. Well, she knew one of those chakra signatures. Naruto-san, she said as she put on her cloths and jumped out the window. Konoha, the demon's back. We're all going to die. I can't die. I have children that depend on me. Kill me. I still have to pay a lump sum of child support. The village of Konohagakure was up in panic. Ever since word got out that Naruto was back, everyone was rushing around, trying to avoid his wrath. We need to rid of it now, said a ninja. Are you crazy? That thing can kill you just by looking in your eyes. You'll be dead in seconds. I thought Wave was in alliance with the 5 nations. Why is he attacking us? Where is he? Said one of the few smart civilians. What are you talking about? Didn't you hear? He is in the village. I know. But do you actually see him? Or a giant fox with fire coming from his mouth? Now that you mention it. I haven't seen him at all. Me either. Ugh, Konoha civilians. The stupidest people in the world. Alleyway beside the Hokage building. Yakumo pushed her hands on the side of the wall of the building, and a secret door creaked upon. Good job, Yakumo-san, said Naruto as he entered the dark. Oh, it was nothing, said a blushing Yakumo as she entered behind Naruto. The group was walking through the dark for some time, but was stopped when many pathways were revealed in front of them. Separate, ordered Naruto as he jumped up and flew into the tunnel to the far left of him. All right then, I'll see you all soon, said Sakin as he giggled and ran down another tunnel, ready to cause some homicide. These bloodthirsty boys, said Pakura. At least we are the only normal ones, right Yakumo-chan? Pakura was proved wrong as she saw Yakumo transform into her inner demon, Ido. Time to kill, she whispered and walked down another tunnel, having similar thoughts as Sakin. Ugh, these people, said Pakura as he disappeared into another tunnel. Outside secret root entrance, Mito landed down on the ground and saw that there was already a rather large group ninja around the open door. So I guess you all sensed it too, said Mito, making her presence known. Mito-sama, said one of the Jonin. We have come to believe that Naruto no Yoko and the other chakra signatures have entered this tunnel. We can still sense their chakra signatures, but they are fading away as they are going deeper within the cave. Why would they come to Konoha just to go down some creepy hole? Said Mito as she looked at the entrance that was being examined by some of the Hyuga and Inuzuka. And why is that hole there in the first place? We don't know, but I can tell you that this secret entrance has been used recently. And a lot of people have passed through here, said Sum as she stepped up to Mito. We need to go down there and figure out what's going on, but we don't know what Naruto may do if he sees any Konoha ninja. What we need are people he don't have a problem going down there to see what's happening. But who? Said Hyashi as he rubbed his chin. They're going to hate me for this, thought Mito as she stepped up. I know 2 people, she said. Uchiha compound. Knock knock asterisk, Uchiha-san. Haruno-san. Snore. ZZ. Snore. ZZ. Sasuke, Kun, ZZ. Knock 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 Uchiha-san. Haruno-san. The village is in need of your services. ZZ. ZZ. Give it to me, ZZ. Get out the way. Wait. You shouldn't. Crash. Sakura. Get out here, yelled Tsunade as she entered the house, Shizune right behind her. Sakura's eyes instantly opened up to the sound of her mentor's voice, while Sasuke got up from the sound of his door being destroyed by the blonde Sannin. Bitch, what do you think you're doing? Shouted Sasuke from his bed, whipping his eyes with his arm. Bitch, growled out Tsunade. Please, Tsunade-sama, forgive Sasuke-kun. He doesn't like being woken up at such times, said Sakura as she tried to save Sasuke from Tsunade's wrath. Whatever, you 2 are needed now, she yelled. What else is important than you charging into my house? Yelled and very mad Sasuke. Your friend Naruto is back, she said, getting the couple's attention. Alleyway, so you want us to go down there and find out what's going on? Asked Sakura. Yes. Naruto and his team went down there for unknown reasons. The tunnel itself is a mystery, but I have my suspicions, said Tsunade. Let's get this over with, said a tired Sasuke as he entered the tunnel, Sakura following behind. Deep inside the tunnel, a root agent was smashed against the wall, his imprint cracked upon the wall. In front of him stood Sakin and Ido. It seemed they chose the tunnel that connected together, and ran into some root ninja when they met up. After meeting up, they quickly went through their competition. That was nice, said Ido as she swiped some of the blood off of her now clawed hands. Yeah, which one of these people are still conscious though? Asked Sakin. The duo looked around until their eyes laid upon one of the root ninja trying to crawl away. No you don't, said Sakin as he stomped on said ninja's back, causing him to grunt in pain. Akon, you're up. I got ya, said the boy from Sakin's back. He separated from Sakin and merged with the downed root ninja. Parasite demon demolition technique achieved, said Akon. Good. Now go one with the next step, said Sakin. With a nod of his head, Yukin's head lowered down deeper into the root agent's skin, until his head was no longer seen. Sakin removed the mask off the man's face and opened his eyes to see blank white eyes. Then, grey eyes appeared within the eyes of the body, a smirk on his face. Parasite demon takeover is active, said Akon from the body, now controlling it fully. He got up from the ground and patted the dirt off of his cloths. Ugh, his cloths are all banged up. You guys could have gone a little easy on the poor guy. Shut up and tell us the information, ordered Ido. All right, said Akon as he started to rub his head in concentration, tapping into the root ninja's memories. The place actually runs very deep underground. It is 12 floors deep, and at the bottom is what seems to be a large temple. The last floor is the largest, but is protected by many root ninja. It is now specific, but there is north of 400 root ninjas in the base right now. Finished Akon. Good, more killing for us, said Ido as she ran deeper into the cave. Gah, this is going to take forever, said Akon as he ran behind Ido. At least we'll be entertained, said Sakin as he followed behind closely. With Naruto. Naruto was on the 6th floor, cleaning through his enemies. Danzo must have known he had intruders by now, and was sending in as much men as possible. He knew he was getting desperate, but Naruto liked the idea of that. Danzo knew he couldn't win one-on-one, and is trying to tire him down. That's where Danzo messed up. Naruto no Yoko doesn't get tired. Almost there. I can smell your fear, Danzo team, shouted Naruto as he continued his line of carnage. With Sasuke and Sakura, the couple were walking through all of the dead bodies that were lying on the ground. They could hardly see any of the concrete floor, it being covered in a pond of the root ninja's blood. It looks like Naruto has been through here, said Sasuke as he looked at one of the bodies. But don't this seems weird? I mean, this bodies looked like they have been cooked in an oven. Naruto does use fire, but he doesn't use it all the time, wanting to kill his opponents with his other abilities as well, said Sakura. So you mean that Naruto didn't do this? Said Sasuke. They both turned their heads when they heard a loud explosion deeper in the cave. Let's go, said Sasuke as he and Sakura dashed down the cave towards the explosion. When they finally came upon the scene, they saw Pakura around many dead root ninja. She had one of them pushed up against the wall, interrogating him. Tell me where Danzo is, said Pakura, using one of her flaming orbs to frighten the root ninja. I shall not say a thing. My loyalty to Danzo-sama is utmost. You won't receive any information from us, said the man. Too bad, said Pakura as she used her Shakutan to kill the man. I remember you, said Sakura, thinking back to when Naruto last attacked Konoha, Pakura being in the group to stop him. Said Pakura as she looked over at the two. Oh, you two. The Uchiha and the pink-haired girl. Do all you wave ninja have to call me that? Shouted an angry Sakura. Why a wave ninja down here in this cave? Asked Sasuke. Naruto-sama wants to rid of Danzo. Him invading into his village was an act of terrorism, and he wanted to handle the situation himself. He brought along some of his best killers to finish Danzo off once and for all, said Pakura. And this cave? Asked Sakura. One of Root's headquarters, said Pakura. It was then Pakura's turn to ask questions. Why are you two down here? We have orders to come down here and see what was going on. Since we are the only ones that are on Wave's good side, we were the best people to be sent for the mission, explained Sasuke. That's a good enough excuse. You two should stay with me for now. There are surprisingly a lot of these bastards around, and I know that I will run out of chakra sooner or later, said Pakura. She started to gather chakra and all of her flaming orbs combined together to make a flaming ball that looked like a sun. Shakutan, incinerating flare technique. She yelled and slammed the large sun-like fireball into the ground, smashing it into pieces. They vanished from their sight for a couple of seconds, proving that there were many flaws, until it exploded with a blast of fire. Sasuke, Sakura, and Pakura had to move their heads out from over the large hole to avoid having their heads burned to ashes. That's a way to make her entrance, coughed out Sakura. It's a quicker way as well, said Pakura as she patted her cloths to get the dirt off. Well then, I'll see you two down there, she said as she jumped down the large crater. Omegakura Land of Rain. Konan was huffing from her last move against Madara. She used up a lot of chakra, first making all of those paper bombs, and making them exploded at the same time took a lot out of her. Finally, no one can survive that. He must be dead, said a voice from behind Konan. Konan's eyes widened as she knew the owner of said voice. Madara had a rusty pipe in his hand and was ready to stab Konan, but had to dodge out the way when he felt something behind him. Hey now, Mr. Masked Man, we don't need you to hurt our ally, said a female voice. You're, said Konan as she took a sigh of relief. She thought she was going to die right there. You are from Wave, no? Asked Madara. Oh yes. It really is such a great place. You should visit sometime, said Fuka as she stood up over Konan. But I'm sure Naruto-sama would kill you if he ever saw you. HM. You wave ninja really don't know when to give up, do you? Said Madara. He flashed his Sharingan at Konan, placing her under his genjutsu. Where is the Rinnegan? He asked. Huh, how would I know? Asked Fuka, not noticing that Konan was under a genjutsu. In a temple made by my paper, east of Omegakura, said a hypnotized Konan before falling unconscious. Oh, that's what you were doing, said Fuka. Yes. Even though you wave ninja are strong, you seem to be not that smart, said Madara as he stood up. He coughed from behind his mask, blood oozing from the bottom. Seems you're batted up a lot, so how about for now we go our split ways? I need to get her to medical attention soon, and it seems to me that you need the same, said Fuka as she picked up Konan. Fair. Tell Wave to be prepared, for I have an army, he said as he vanished in a swirl. And we have our own, said Fuka as she turned around and headed back to Wave, a playful smirk on her face. Root Headquarters 12th floor. Pakura, Sasuke, and Sakura blasted through a large iron door that was in their way. On the other side were hundreds of Root Anbu, all protecting Danzo that was in the back. So this is the last place, said Pakura as she stepped up. Surrender yourself. You have no reason to be here. You cannot stand up against this many ninja, said a secretly worried Danzo. Oh, I know that. That's why I have help, said Pakura as she pointed to Sasuke and Sakura. If you two are helping the enemy, that makes you traitors. Detain them, ordered Danzo as all of the Root Anbu readied themselves. There was a blasted from the other side of the temple, and from the newly made hole came Sakin, Ido, and Akon, still controlling the Root Ninja's body. What are you doing? Shouted an angry Danzo, thinking one of his own betrayed him. Oh, it isn't what you think it is, old man, said Akon as he placed his hand on Sakin's shoulder. The hump on Sakin's back that was usually there started to form again, until Yukin's head was now fully formed. The body of the Root agent fell down to the ground, long dead. There seems to be a lot of enemies here on this floor. I can't wait to have a good fight, said a crazy demon-possessed girl as she massaged her shoulders, ready to fight. It's time, Danzo team, said Sakin. He looked over on the other side of the rather large area to see the first group that blasted their way in. Oh, hey guys. Seems you got here before us. All we need now is. A blasted from the roof erupted through underground temple room. Broken rubble started to fall down, and Root Ninja had to dodge out the way to avoid being crushed from the falling rubble. From the newly made hole came out Naruto, looking down at Danzo with insane black eyes. We finally meet, Naruto said as he looked at the mummy man. You need to be killed. I won't allow you to live any longer. You may have the other Gokages fooled, acting as if you are actually going to help us in the war, but I know better. Deception is best used when the person you are fooling least expects it. I won't fall for your trap. yelled an angry Danzo as he pointed at the wave ninja. Engage. Leave no survivors, said Danzo. The Root Anbu finally charged forward, ready to please their master. Naruto cut through some of the ninjas before landing in between Sasuke and Sakura. You're on our side? He asked. Of course, said Sakura as she fixed her gloves. Just like old times. Team 7 back together for a homecoming, said Sasuke as he activated his Ms. Sure, for now, let's make the most of it, said Naruto as he covered himself in his yokai and charged forward, Sasuke and Sakura following behind closely. Sakin and Anko were surrounded by their own group of ninja, but they weren't worried at all. These fools think they can take us. TCH. Idiots, right brother, said Sakin. Hell yeah, said Anko as he used his hand and touched a seal on their shoulder. A puff of smoke appeared and out came 4 swords. Sakin grabbed 2, while Anko caught the other. Let's go, they both said as they jumped forward. Sakin started off by quickly slashing at some of the Root in front of him, but they dodged him expertly. 2 of the ninja tried to slash at Sakin from behind, but Anko quickly leaned forward, some of his body coming from Sakin's, and impaled them. Got 2 of them, for ya, said Anko as he lifted bodies up and threw them upwards, their bodies sliding from off of the blade and in the air. Good job, said Sakin as he jumped up with a back flip. Before the 2 Root Anbu could start to descend back down to the ground, Sakin and Anko slashed through them both in 4 places, their limbs falling down on the crowd below them. Multiple connected feet, said the twins as they landed on the ground, breaking up the concrete beneath them. Some of the Root agents got their feet caught in the cracks, unable to move. Cut through them all, they both said and continued their assault. Ido was dodging left and right, getting out the way of jutsu, swords, shuriken, anything of the like. She gracefully moved, using her flexibility and speed to her advantage. She's too fast, said one of the emotionless ninja. Don't worry, you'll be dead before you could even put a hand on me, giggled out Ido as she went through some hand signs. Guillotine dream, she said. Most of the Root ninja found themselves in a world of only black and white. Their hands were tied behind them and their heads were put at the bottom of a large sharp blade. Any last words? Asked Ido as she held a string. She looked down at the long line of ninja before smiling. Actually, I don't want to hurt it. And let the string go. All of the blades chopped down, slicing through the Root ninja's neck, decapitating them. In real life, a lot of the Root ninjas' heads fell from their bodies, rolling on the ground. What's going on? Asked one of the ninja as he looked at the bodies that fell to the floor. Don't worry, you'll find out soon, said Ido. Pakura was using her extremely streaming murder jutsu to burn through the bodies of the Root ninja. One by one, they were attacked by a flaming orb of heat, their bodies instantly mummifying. Sutan, water dragon bullet, said one of the ninja and sent a large water dragon towards Pakura. Shakutan, desert sunlight, shouted Pakura as she put one of flaming orbs in front of her. It glowed brighter and brighter until it blasted forward in a flamethrower-like fashion. The 2 attacks met and steam enveloped the area. Pakura took in a deep breath before going through some more hand signs. Shakutan, scorching heat wave. The steam instantly faded away and the temperature of the area rose to great heights. What's going on with my skin? Thought one of the ninjas out loud as he looked at his skin starting to turn red. You're being cooked, alive, said Pakura as she put more chakra into her technique, the heat increasing in temperature. Wails came from the Root agents as their skin started to blister from the heat, the moisture being robbed out of their bodies. This won't last long, said Pakura with a smirk. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura were back to back with one another. Root ninja had their swords drawn towards them. Give up, you are outmatched, said one of them. We don't give up for anything. Kaiten, great fireball technique, yelled Sasuke. Kaiten, fox fire, shouted Naruto as he sent his own fire attack towards the Root ninja. Those that dodged the 2 fire attacks had to deal with Sakura, as she charged forward with her fist cocked back. She punched at one of the Root ninja in their ribs, the force of the attack blasted him back into the wall. She dodged a sword strike and kicked at the masked ninja, dislocating his shoulder. Sakura grabbed one of the Root Anbu and swung him towards Naruto. Incoming, she shouted. Naruto saw the incoming body and quickly slapped him away with his tails. The root ninja was now flying towards Sasuke, who had his Kiba swords out, and was impaled in 2 places. Doton, rising earth spears, said one of the ninja and slammed her hands into the ground. Sharp spears came from the ground, headed towards Sasuke. Sasuke used the body that his sword still had captured as a shield against the earth move. He jumped over the spears and charged up his Chidori, slashing through one person after the next. Naruto brought out his side and was cleaving through his group of ninjas. Sakura was using her wide variety of taijutsu to go attack any enemy in close range, and Sasuke was using his Chidori to take care of anyone his way. Danzo stared on in shock as his army of so-called ultimate ninjas reduced to low numbers. This can't be happening, shouted Danzo as he watched what was the worst sight he could ever see. Naruto flew up in the air and flames appeared in his hands. He pointed down at the rest of the root Anbu, ready to finish the job. Kaiten, Hellfire missiles, he said and blasted a barrage of high-powered fire missiles down on the ninja. They were all shot down, the force of the missiles destroying their bodies, and the flames that ate at the remains. None of the root ninja was safe. When Naruto finally finished, what was left was a land of flames and dead bodies. Seems your luck has ran out, Danzo team, said Naruto with an insane smile. Danzo was trembling at the sight. He couldn't believe that only a handful of ninjas could take on his whole army of agents. He couldn't die now. He had to make Konoha the most powerful village in the world. You won't stop me, shouted Danzo as he pulled off the bandages over his eye, revealing a Sharingan. Submit to me, he said. Before he could activate his genjutsu, he felt something stab into him in his back. He looked back to see Sakin with his sword. Oh no you don't, said Sakin with a smirk as he covered Danzo's face with his hand. A con entered Danzo's body, ready to take over. Danzo stumbled back, trying his best to overcome this weird feeling going through his body. What did you do to me? He asked as he started to lose control of his movements. Me, I didn't do anything to you. My brother, on the other hand, is taking care of you, said Sakin with a smirk. After he said that, Yukin's head appeared right beside Danzo's. Ugh. This old man has a lot of fight in him. It's hard to take over, he said. It's like there's something wrong with his cells. Some of them aren't his. What are you talking about? That's impossible. The only thing that's different with him is that Sharingan in his left eye, said Sakin. No, that's not it. Let me show you, said Akon as he started to send his chakra into Danzo chakra system. Now have control over a good portion of Danzo's body, he unsealed the Sharingans on his left arm, shocking everyone. That looks like something Orochimaru would do, said Akon. Damn it, muttered Danzo. He couldn't get a hold of his chakra, and he felt drowsier by the second. It felt like this boy was actually pushing his own soul out of his body, replacing it with his own. He could only wait out until his trump card activated. So this is what he was hiding underneath all that gear. He has grave robbed and planted them into his arm. But why would he do that? Asked Sakura as she looked at Danzo's arm. Akon was suddenly pushed out of Danzo's body, surprising them all, and wood started to come from his arm, forming into a tree. He's also implanted the first cells into his body as well. Sharingan and Senju blood coursing through him. He was trying to get me and Kurama-chan under his control, said Naruto. True, it is necessary to have the famous Mokuton and Sharingan to subdue Biju, said Pakura. Seems your plan failed, old man, said Yakumo, finally back in control on the surface. No, if I were to die now, you all are coming with me, he shouted as a seal array appeared around him. What is this? Asked Sakin as he looked at the seal. Naruto acted instantly and grabbed everyone with his tails and ran out of the room. Konoha will prevail, shouted Danzo as the seal was complete and sealed everything near him into his now dead body. Konoha outside secret entrance. All of the Konoha ninja were scared out of their minds when Naruto suddenly appeared in a red flash in front of them. Holy shit, it's him. We got to get out of here. He's come back for revenge. We're all going to die. Konoha ninja are idiots, said Naruto as he sent down everyone that was in his tails. Thank you for saving us, Naruto-sama, said Yakumo as she bowed to him, Sakin, Akon, and Pakura doing the same. Don't mention it. I was just taking care of my followers, he said as he exited out of his wicked mode, his eyes turning back to the blood crimson it once was. Oni-san, said Mito as she approached the group. What? Naruto said with distaste in his mouth. Ah, what are you doing back in Konoha? She asked. Killing Danzo, he said simply. What? You killed Danzo, yelled Tsunade. Nice to see you too, said Naruto as he looked at Tsunade. Answer the damn question, said Tsunade. I killed him because he invaded Wave and tried to kill me and take some of my ninjas along with me. I won't allow someone like that to live, said Naruto. That was all that I came here for. We shall leave immediately. That isn't right. How can you come into Konoha and kill him for saying he invaded Wave when you did the same not too long ago to Konoha? Shouted Hiashi, leader of the Hyuga clan. If you are frustrated at my actions, by all means, do something to solve your problem, said Naruto as his eyes flashed a dangerous crimson. Just expect me to fight back, and we all know how that will end. I guess you're leaving now, said the Menma, stepping up to Naruto. Naruto looked at Menma strangely before answering his question. Yes, I do not like being in this village. Too many memories, he said. He then looked from Menma and Mito, confusion in his eyes. Why do you two feel different? We've gotten stronger since the last time you saw us. You'll see our strength in the war, said Mito, boasting up herself. Don't do anything stupid to get yourself killed, said Naruto, shooting down Mito's happiness. So we'll see you at the battlefield, said Sasuke. Correct. As I've said before, Wave shall support the war against the Akatsuki. We shall be allies only for the war, and after that, we are back to being enemies. Until then, said Naruto as he wrapped his tails around Pakura, Sakin, and Yakumo and flew off. With Naruto was flying through the skies, while the others were asleep in his tails. They used up a lot of chakra today, and all the fighting had to deplete their energy levels. Naruto would make sure nothing would happen to them, though. Sochi-san, a distant voice said, causing Naruto to stop midair. Naruto looked up at the moon to see it was full this night. You again, he spoke out loud. He saw a silhouette of a white-haired woman in the moon before it disappeared. War, approaching, do whatever it takes, whispered the voice. Takes to what? Win. I shall. The only reason why I'm in this war is to get rid of Akatsuki, said Naruto. No it isn't, said the voice, you're doing it too. Protect those you love. Naruto growled out. Whoever was the woman he was talking to knew more than she should. How do you know this, him? Asked Naruto as he looked up the moon. I've known you for a long time, I see the darkness in heart. And the good inside as well. You wish to prove yourself, that you aren't just a monster, said the voice. Who are you? You say you've known me for a long time, but I don't know of you, said Naruto. You're Ka-san. I already have a Ka-chan, and it isn't you. Her name is Tsunami, not you. If you've known me for so long like you've said you have, then why haven't you helped me during my harsh life? You would only say a few words to me before you stopped talking until the next full moon. Explain to me how you are my Ka-chan, Naruto said as he glared up at the moon. When he didn't get an answer back, Naruto just scoffed. You may be right, protecting those from Wave is more important to me than my personal goal of getting rid of the Akatsuki, but that doesn't mean that you are my Ka-chan. Mothers help their sons, something you have never done. You're not as bad as that red-haired woman back in Konoha, but you don't have the right to call me your son, so stop. If you weren't with me then, why be with me now? Said Naruto as he continued his flight. He didn't hear the quiet sobs that echoed through his mind. Next day Kumo. All of the cages sat around a table, Mifune also being present. Minato and A were having a heated staring contest, one glaring at the other. Hello A, said Minato. Hello Mr. So-called, fastest ninja alive, said A. Faster than you, muttered Minato. Do you want to test me out? I promise you the years haven't done a thing to my ninja skills. You've probably just been sitting behind a desk all of these years, doing paperwork, forgetting about polishing your skills, countered A. When you are leader of the strongest village in the lands, I don't have time playing around, for I have a lot of responsibilities to uphold. I've heard you still have your temper tantrums, you smashing that desk in the other Gokage Summit, said Minato with a smirk. You mean the meeting you weren't at cause you were beaten senseless by your own son? Asked A. The two blasted ki at each other, their hatred of each other still strong even throughout the years. I thought that this was a formal meeting, not two children fighting over damn toys, said Zabuza. The other two cages didn't say anything to Zabuza, but they knew he was right. I'm glad the newly made Kunikage is among us. I assume that you are aware of our current problem, said Mifune, wanting to change the subject. Yes. The Mizukage has told me of the war against Akatsuki and Wave shall join, said Zabuza, glancing at Mei. Good, now for other. Ayo brew, what's good with ya? Chillin' with the crew I see, said the newly arrived Killer B, the Jinchuriki of the Eight Tails. B, what are you doing here? Go wait outside, shouted an annoyed A. I now, don't be mad, get glad. I have arrived right on time. My verses are the deepest of the deep, and they could give ya motivation to work harder in making 'em their war plans, said B as he pulled up a chair and sat down next to his older brother. Please forgive me, for this is my idiot younger brother, Killer B, said A with a sigh, putting his hand on his forehead. I've heard much about you, B-san, said Mei as she looked at him. Well, I want to get to know more about you, girl. Damn, that is one killer girl right, brew. I think I'm in love with a stripper, sang out B. A stripper, shouted Mei, totally offended. She was like what B was saying before, but calling her a stripper was way out of line. B, shouted A and gave him the iron claw. Shut your mouth now. I don't hate, appreciate. I'm a trying tar. Ya know. Build alliances. Hee wee. Shouted B, only to get the iron claw again. Is that Samahada on your back? Asked Zabuza, seeing the sword strapped on his back. Oh yeah, got this from some weird shark man, but I was the better man in the end. We, said B. We need to continue the meeting about the war, said an annoyed Gaara, Mei agreeing and covered her breast when she saw B staring at them. Zabuza was looking at the sword suspiciously, Suigetsu doing the same. They knew what Kisame could do with that sword, and for him, it should be easy to beat Jinchuriki, since taking chakra away from them was his specialty. Inside Samahada, Kisame was sweating bullets. He wasn't expecting Zabuza to be here. He could give him away, and around all of these cage-level ninjas wasn't the best place to be exposed. Even though Kisame was scared, it was for no reason. The meeting proceeded smoothly, without a hitch. Battles plans were made, information was traded between the cages and Mifune, and every possible outcome of how the war could go was mentioned. It was the most productive meeting yet, the Gokage actually making progress in the fight to win the upcoming war. When they were through discussing everything, most of the war was planned out and all of the Gokage felt comfortable with the strength of the allied shinobi force. Good, I believe that we have went over everything, said Mifune, glad that the last meeting before the war was a success. Yes, we have covered everything. The only thing we need to do now is to move our forces to Kumo and make the first move on the enemy, said Unoki. You all should bring your ninja in the next 3 to 4 days. We can't let the enemy have any more to plan, said A. It shall be done, said Gaara. So is that it? Asked Zabuza. When everyone agreed that it was the end of the meeting, he sighed. Good, it's about time, said Zabuza as he stood up and grabbed his Kubikiri Boko. All of the cages jumped back when he slammed it down on the table, destroying it. What are you doing? Shouted Minato as his guards, Kakashi and Yamato, came from hiding to protect their cages. Just trying to address something, said Zabuza as Haku and Suigetsu jumped next to him. Something that you could have addressed formally instead of slamming your large sword in front of us, asked an annoyed Mei. Yes, something plain and simple actually, said Zabuza as he picked up his sword from the very large crack on the ground and put it on his shoulder. Here is the truth, Wave is independent. What does that mean? Asked Gaara as Temari and Kankuro stood in front of him. It means, we do what we want, said Zabuza with a smirk behind his bandages. So all this explaining the war to you was for nothing, growled Unoki. Oh no, we will keep our word in joining the war, but in our own way, said Zabuza. Explain further, said Gaara. Well, Naruto-sama doesn't trust any of you, except for Mei and her village. He doesn't like the fact that you all wished to kill him before Unoki suggested that you all should have Wave as an ally than our enemy, said Zabuza. Who told you this? Asked an aggravated Reikage. The same person you sent that informed us of the war, said Zabuza. All of the Gokage laid their eyes on Mei, making her gulp. Naruto-sama doesn't like following orders from anyone. He knew that if he couldn't lead the whole army himself, then why follow along like the rest of you? So that is why he made a new plan, said Zabuza. He took a deep breath before continuing, Wave shall join the war when we want. We won't be in Kumo for the start, for we shall jump in at any time we wish. We have our own plans, our own battle strategies, and our own ninja. Each one of our ninja a higher rank and above. We won't be defeated easily. So what you are saying is that Wave is our trump card, said Unoki. A trump card that we can't control. That is dangerous. How do you know when we will need Wave's help if you aren't there on the battlefield yet? That isn't the agreement we made. You all asked if Wave could participate in the war, something we are going to uphold. We just have a different way of running things than you do, said Zabuza. So you just listened in on the meeting to see how we would move, learning of our plan of attack so you could add on to your own, said Gaara. Correct. Very smart for a Gaki, said Zabuza. That sounds like a move an enemy would do, said A, taking a fighting stance. It does, doesn't it? Said Zabuza. You can take us as enemies if you want, but it would be an idiotic thing to do. We have a common enemy, so why not face it? I mean, in the past, it was the only reason why you 5 great nations would even build a temporary alliance. To get rid of someone in your way. When you conquered the problem, the allied nations would just end up betraying each other and continue to be enemies themselves, said Zabuza. Ooh, burn, said B with a smirk. It is true. In the past, when an allies have finished both sides of an agreement, they go right back to being enemies. Wave doesn't want to be caught up in that, so we're taking matters in our own hands. We do what we want, and there is nothing you can do about it, said Zabuza as he turned his head and walked towards the door. Don't you dare walk out this door, said A with a growl, ready to attack. If you attack me, then I'll consider that as an attack on Wave. As its representative in this meeting, I'm sure Naruto-sama and the others wouldn't like to hear that the Raikage has attacked me. I could easily switch the situation on you. Wave could just not participate in the war, and you all can fight for yourselves. If you win, then Wave will just declare war on you 5 great nations, and I'm pretty sure we'll win since you all will be weakened majorly from the war. So attack me, for I won't hold back, said Zabuza, without even looking at A. The 3 Wave ninja continued to walk out the room, not worried about what A was trying to do. Damn, Wave ninjas are some gangsters, said a very impressed B. Zabuza is smart, said Minato. By saying that they are going to do whatever they want, they can pull out the war if anything goes wrong. And if they jump in the right time, they could look like the heroes of the war. And finally, if they don't like how we are running the war and if one of us actually tries to do anything, then Naruto will just pull out the war, and then take over our own personal villages. The war hasn't even started, and we are already at Wave's mercy, finished Minato as he rubbed his chin. Naruto had too much power in the situation they were in, and he was using his power to the fullest. Are we just going to take that? Shouted A. We can't do anything about it, shouted Mei, surprising them all. You don't understand how strong he is. We won't win if we faced him. I've seen his power personally. He defeated Isabu, the 3-tailed turtle, at the age of 13. He is too much for us. I wish we had a better relationship with Wave, but we don't. All we can do is cooperate, finished Mei. As long as we do what we have to, Wave will uphold their side of the deal as well. This meeting is over. Everyone should go back to their respective villages and gather your ninja. We meet in Kumo in 4 days. We depart for war at noon, said Mifune. They all nodded and left the room, getting ready for the war ahead of them. With B. Ooh shit, that feels good, said B as he was pissing. He had to take a bathroom break before he could go back to meet up with his brother. That meeting was fun to him. And that Mizukage. B's eyesight got better just looking at the hell of a woman. What B did before he went to the bathroom was take of Samahade, leaving it out in the hallway. Samahada shook a little, before spikes came from its wrap formed. It used its spikes as legs and scampered away. Ah, I feel 10 pounds lighter. Ain't that right, Samahada? Said B. He tried to reach down to the place where he left his sword, only to find it wasn't there. Samahada, he said as he looked around. No matter. The sword will pop up sooner or later, he said casually as he walked away, pulling up his pants. Outside Kumo, Samahada was still scampering away from Kumo. It was already a good distance away, since it did have all the energy in the world from its high chakra supply. It suddenly stopped and opened its mouth, and Kasama Hoshikaki came out from it in all of his Shaki glory. Finally, I'm away from all that terrible rapping, he said as he petted Samahada. Good girl. Yeah, did good, he said, getting purrs of happiness from the living sword. Alright, now back to, he had to grab Samahada and jump back when a large sword dropped right where he once was. What the hell was that? Said Kisum. He looked up to see Zabuza, his Kubakiriboko planted in the crack in the ground it just made. Good to see you again, said Zabuza as he got up from his crouch position. Zabu-chan, you look good. Did ya gain a little muscle on ya? Said a cocky Kisum. Much more than you'll ever have, said Zabuza as he got into a Kenjutsu stance. Oh, you wish to fight. You know you have what is considered the weakest sword of the 7 blades. How can you beat the strongest? Asked Kisum as he readied himself. I promise you, you won't be disappointed in my skills, said Zabuza. How ya been in the past years? Still following that fox leader of yours? Asked Kisum, wanting to get to know something about Zabuza before the actually fight started. Yeah, I heard what he did to you when you two first met. Hihei, Naruto-sama said he had you begging for mercy. Hihei, he told us that you didn't want to die a virgin. Still haven't hit yet in all your years, laughed Zabuza. Shut up, shouted Kisum with a red face. You know good and well I have problems with females. Apparently, and you'll die a virgin here. Now, growled out Zabuza. Still mad at me for calling you weak all those years ago? Laughed out Kisum. He put on a serious look and got into his own Kenjutsu stance. Well then, come prove me wrong. The two didn't move a while, judging each other's stances. A twig broke off a branch and headed towards the ground. Once it hit the snow-covered ground, the two Kenjutsu masters charged at each other, starting their match. Kisum parried Zabuza right slash, their blades clashing together. Their strength was equal, neither was backing down. Kisum kicked upwards, but Zabuza lifted up his knee to block. Gotten stronger and quicker. You have changed, said Kisum with a smirk. Not the time to play games, said Zabuza as jumped over Kisum and went through hand signs, Sutan, water bowl. And a jet of water came out of his hand, flying towards Kisum. TCH, nothing, said Kisum as he blocked the attack with his sword. The water from the attack formed into another Zabuza and attacked Kisum from behind, causing him to parry again. You really have gotten better, said Kisum. He grabbed the clone Zabuza by the neck and sucked the chakra out of it, making it turn into a puddle of water. I'm telling you that I've changed, said Zabuza as he landed on the ground. Let's see then, said Kisum as he ran through hand signs. Sutan, water shark bullet technique, said Kisum as he launched a shark made from water towards Zabuza. Cleaver slice, said Zabuza as he cut through the water shark attack. Kisum appeared on front of Zabuza and went to punch him. Zabuza, reacting quickly, turned his sword to the flat side and blocked Kisum's attack using it. Vibrations went through the sword as the force of Kisum's punch was more than it looked. Zabuza slashed upwards, trying to hack Kisum in half. Kisum jumped back in time, only a little part of his Akatsuki cloak getting cut. Sutan, water dragon bullet, said Zabuza and launched a dragon-shaped bullet to Kisum. Sutan, water shark bullet, said Kisum, countering Zabuza's attack. The two animal-based attacks collided into each other, a typhoon of water flooding the area. Haha, you have gotten better Zabu-chan. Let's see if you can handle this, said Kisum as he went through hand signs. Sutan, water prison technique. The water underneath Zabuza circled around him until it closed up around him, entrapping him. Die, said Kisum as he rushed towards the prison and slashed right through it, slicing through Zabuza as well. Kisum smiled when he saw that Zabuza turned into water. Hiding in mist technique, said Zabuza's voice from the already rapidly growing mist. Still like playing hide and go seek, him. You know this technique doesn't work on sensory ninjas, said Kisum as he searched for Zabuza's chakra. Once he found it, which was to the right of him, he ran towards him and slashed through his midsection. Zabuza turned into water, and said water turned into a water prison. Kisum moved out the way just in time to dodge the attack, but couldn't move quick enough when he felt the real Zabuza slash at him from behind. Kisum received a nasty gash on his back, but it didn't faze the shark man at all. Good job, Zabu-chan. You actually hit me. Not that it would do anything, said Kisum as he healed himself using his chakra. You'll have to find some other way to finish me. I know of plenty. You can't heal a chopped off head, right? Said Zabuza's voice. Kisum ducked down to dodge the flying sword that was headed his way. Throwing swords. You know a swordsman isn't worth nothing without his sword, said Kisum. Kenjutsu isn't my only specialty, said Zabuza from beside Kisum. Kisum was shocked when he felt Zabuza kick him in his side, making him fly back. How could he not sense him? Has he really gotten this good over the years? Ugh, lucky hit, said Kisum. I'll find you and cut off your arms, you old goat. You do know you are older than me, said Zabuza. Kisum had to dodge water drills that shot past him. You old goat. Enough of this, shouted Kisum as he ran through hand signs. Sutan, exploding water colliding wave. He shouted and water blasted from his mouth. The area was over-flooded with water. Zabuza grabbed his sword and jumped on top of the water, sending chakra to his feet. That's a lot of water. What planned to do with all of it? Asked Zabuza. He was ready when Kisum was over him, slamming his sword downwards. Zabuza lifted up his sword and slapped Kisum away with the flat side. Kisum landed on the water and sent his next jutsu to Zabuza. Sutan, water shark bullet, he said as he launched the water sharks. Sushin, water fang technique, said Zabuza and sent water drills towards the sharks, drilling through them all. The drilling water headed towards Kisum, and he jumped over them to avoid the attack, but Zabuza was already thinking ahead. He jumped up next to Kisum and delivered an axe kick down on Kisum, blasting him downwards into water. Gaah, said Kisum as he blood shot out of his mouth. That really was a powerful blow. He really has gotten stronger. Kisum hit the bottom of the large man-made pond and gasped out in pain. Damn Zabuza, he muttered. His eyes widened when he saw Zabuza's sword headed his way, cutting through the water. Kisum, using his control over water, swam away quickly, avoiding the deadly strike. Zabuza landed at the bottom of the pond and grabbed his sword. The water went back to its regular position and covered Zabuza up, trapping him at the bottom. Ha! Got ya, now. Sutan, 1,000 feeding sharks, he said as he slammed his hand on top of the water. Sharks formed from the water and headed towards Zabuza, ready to shred through his flesh. Sutan, water bowl, said Zabuza as he strapped his sword on his back and blasted water from his hands, shooting him upwards. Zabuza landed on the surface, only to get kicked in face by Kisum. That's for earlier, said Kisum as he ran up to the downed Zabuza. He slashed downward with Samahade, but Zabuza turned over on his back and used his strapped sword to block the attack. Zabuza quickly got up and grabbed his sword and went for a sideways slash. Kisum blocked the attack with his own sword. Kisum jumped over Zabuza while delivering a downward slash, but Zabuza blocked by placing his sword on top of him, keeping it steady by holding it with both hands. When Kisum landed on the ground, Zabuza was already on him. Sutan, water bullet technique, said Zabuza and sent a pressurized blast of water to Kisum. Not enough, said Kisum as he placed his sword in front of him, taking the attack head-on. When the blast ended, Kisum moved his sword from in front of him, about to get up, but Zabuza appeared in front of him and slashed upwards, cutting through Kisum's stomach. Gah! Said Kisum as he covered his stomach with his hand, trying to get away. No you don't. Sutan, hard whirlpool water blade, shouted Zabuza. The water underneath Kisum blasted upwards, shooting Kisum in the air. Zabuza jumped up towards Kisum, his right hand covered in water that started to turn into a whirlpool around his fist. Zabuza cocked back before throwing an insanely strong punch right at Kisum's stomach. Kisum threw up blood as he was blast far away, landing on the snow-covered ground. Ha ha, you seem to be getting rusty, you piece of shit, laughed out Zabuza as he landed back on the water. Ugh, that hurt a lot, said Kisum as he started to heal himself. He stood up and saw Zabuza going through hand signs. Sutan, water dragon bullet, and sent a large dragon of water towards Kisum. You don't learn, said Kisum as he jumped out of the way. He had to take it up a notch if he was going to face Zabuza. He knew he wasn't playing games while they were fighting, so he shouldn't either. Sutan, infinite sharks, said Kisum with a smirk as he put his hands together. An orb of water surrounded his hands, and soon countless water missiles in the shape of sharks shot towards Zabuza. Zabuza started to run away, but saw that the missiles kept following him. "Gah, those are guided missiles," said Zabuza. He knew he couldn't run forever, so he did the next best thing. He stopped running and started to slash at the incoming missiles, cutting right through them. "Got ya, now," Kisum said under his breath as he ran through more hand signs. "Suitan, rainwater shark wave," he said, and made a overly large water shark and sent it up towards the air, right over Zabuza. Zabuza couldn't stop the attack because he was still dealing with the seemingly endless mini-shark missiles. The shark split up into thousands of water droplets, all of them in a shark shape. When Zabuza finished dealing with the shark missiles, he couldn't dodge the rainpour of shark droplets raining down on him. He was pelted down with them, cuts forming all over his body. "Agush!" he shouted as he was cut up. As the technique ended, you could see the damage that Zabuza had placed on him. "You've lasted a long time against me, something I must commend you for, but you won't win against me. You are too weak to win. The weaker the meat, while the strong eat," said Kisum with a smirk. "I promise you that this won't stop me," said Zabuza. "Good spirit. Let's see if you'll keep that up," said Kisum as he ran up to Zabuza. He stopped when he saw a dark chakra start to surround Zabuza. "You call me weak. Let's see if you'll be saying the same thing after I use this," said Zabuza as the purple chakra formed into a demon head around him. "My demon shroud ups everything. Seeing how hard it was for you to keep up with me earlier, I don't think you'll keep up with me now," said Zabuza with a growl. "Oh yeah, prove it," said a cocky Kisum. "With pleasure," said a voice from behind Kisum. His eyes widened when he turned to see Zabuza's foot in his face, kicking him away. "What in the? How did he move that fast?" thought Kisum as he flew through the air. Zabuza appeared over Kisum and kicked him down to the ground, hard. "Gah!" shouted Kisum as his back impacted the ground. Whatever that demon shroud shit he was talking about earlier was true. Kisum could hardly keep up with him. "Thinking about something," said a voice beside him. Kisum couldn't move quick enough as he was captured in water prison. "A water prison. You know this is useless against me," said Kisum as he started to get out. "Sure it is, but what about these?" said Zabuza as he threw a kunai with a string filled with paper bombs on them. Kisum's eyes widened when he saw them light up and exploded in front of him, forcing him out the water prison and through many trees, before landing on the ground. He had to get caught up in that blast, so why did he do that in such close range, thought Kisum. His eyes widened when he saw puddles of water wherever Zabuza appeared around him. "I see. He's been using clones this whole time. So where is the real one?" "Cleaver slice," shouted Zabuza from over Kisum. Kisum got his sword blocked it, but the force of the blow made cracks underneath him. "Don't seem so confident now," said a smirking Zabuza. "Mad to see who the real weakling is." "I am not a weakling like you," shouted Kisum as he pushed Zabuza off of him. Zabuza jumped back before charging again. Kisum slashed sideways, but was surprised when Zabuza went underneath his swipe and uppercutted Kisum with his right hand. Kisum blasted up in the air, but didn't get any rest as Zabuza jumped in front of him, giving him a punch in the face, and finally using his sword to slash at Kisum's chest. A large gash opened up, starting from his left shoulder to his right hip. Kisum's eyes rolled to the back of his head and he fell to the ground. "Is it over?" said Zabuza as he landed on the ground, looking at Kisum's no-moving body. He was surprised when Kisum jumped back up and ran through hand signs. "Suitan, great exploding water colliding wave," yelled Kisum as water of large portions started to pour from his mouth. Zabuza was trapped in technique as he was now floating in the middle of a large water bubble. "You have pushed me to my limits, something no one has done in a long, long time," said Kisum as he and his sword started to fuse together. "I won't let you win. I have to get back to base and relay information." "Well, you'll have to get through me," said Zabuza, his demon shroud enhancing. "Don't worry, for I shall tear through you, Zabu-chan," said the now fully transformed Kisum. "Ready?" asked Zabuza. "Born ready," said Kisum as he blasted towards Zabuza, Zabuza doing the same as he used his chakra to increase his speed and to swim like a shark in the water. The two clashed many times, one not giving the other an edge at all. Spikes came from Kisum's fin, and Zabuza blocked them with his sword. Kisum swam around Zabuza, slicing at his arm and stealing some of his chakra. Even with his boost, Zabuza wouldn't be able to beat Kisum in the water. I've got to do something about him, thought Zabuza as he was slowing being drained. He looked at the top of the water bubble and got an idea. He started to run through hand signs, ready for his plan to start. No jutsu is going to help you here, said the shark Kisum. I can dodge any move in this form while in water. You have no power here, said Kisum. When he saw Zabuza stop running through hand signs, but nothing happened, he got disappointed. You don't have any chakra already. That's a shame. Seems like it's the end for you, said Kisum as he swam towards Zabuza. He was surprised when Zabuza swung his sword at him, expecting him to be close to fainting from the lack of oxygen, but it seems he is able to hold his breath for a while, the demon shroud also enhancing lungs. Just a little more, thought Zabuza as he looked up at the top of the water bubble before focusing on Kisum again. Kisum charged toward Zabuza, but Zabuza swung his sword skillfully, even in the water, preventing from Kisum from getting any closer. You'll die soon. You can't stay down here forever, said Kisum with a smirk. When he saw Zabuza's eyes widen and started to swim to the top, he thought he had him. Getting scared, huh? I won't let you live now, shouted Kisum as he followed Zabuza. Kisum was confused when he saw that the top of the water bubble was all black. Got you now, Suten, water fang technique, said Zabuza, and he used the black water to make the water drills. The drills surrounded Kisum, stopping him in his tracks. What is this? This isn't water, said a confused Kisum. I sure isn't. It's gasoline, he said, making Kisum's eyes widen. The jutsu that you though failed, actually didn't. My Suten, black rain technique rains gas for me to explode. Since the rain was outside the water bubble, I had to bring you closer to the surface. As you can see, there is a lot of gas in this water bubble. What'll happen if it would explode? Asked Zabuza as he brought out a paper bomb. You wouldn't, said a scared Kisum. He couldn't get out of the situation he was currently in because he was currently covered around water drills made of gas. Yes, I would. You know me, Kisum team. I have no morals. I do whatever it takes to win. It seems you are the weak one in this battle, and now it's time for you to suffer the consequences, said Zabuza as he made a water prison to defend himself. See you in hell. As he threw the paper bomb, the gasoline drills now headed towards Kisum. Nu. ZZZAAABBUUUZZZAAA. Were Kisum's last words as a huge explosion occurred when the paper bomb blew up, igniting all of the gas. Zabuza was blasted out of the water bubble, but was protected by the water prison he made around him. The large water bubble Kisum made earlier lost its shape, the water falling to the ground. Kisum's body was blasted with the force of the falling water, not being able to move. Seems I won, said Zabuza as he watched Samahade and Kisum deform from each other. Damn, said Kisum as he looked up at the sky. I lost. I can't let you live. You know that right? Said Zabuza as he stood over Kisum. No, he said. Quickly, Kisum made a water prison with a shark in it and handed it a scroll. The shark took off, ready to go deliver it. Aren't you going to stop it? Asked the dying Kisum. Nor, if I did then the war wouldn't be as fun, said Zabuza. The both got a good laugh out that, but Kisum started to cough out blood. Samehade whimpered in sadness in seeing her master in such a state. Now, don't you cry. You are finally free, said Kisum to Samehade as he petted its head. Zabu, take care of her. Don't worry, I know someone who can take care of her fully, said Zabuza as he snapped his fingers. Haku and Suigetsu landed beside him. You had this whole time. You prick, said Kisum with a laugh. Which one? I know you remember Suigetsu, said Zabuza. Suigetsu walked up to the dying Kisum, making his eyes widen. Oh, hey there, ya, little shit stain, take care of her, wheezed out Kisum. I will. My brother mastered her, and I will do the same with even better skill, said Suigetsu as he grabbed Samehade's handle. He was happy when it didn't stab at his hand, recognizing him as its new master. You take it, easy now. Zabu-chan, shock the world, with your strength, coked out Kisum. Don't worry, my friend. I'll be around for a while, said Zabuza. Kisum smiled a blood-filled smile as he looked up at the sky. So long. I'm coming. Itachi. And with that, the great tailless beast, Kisame Hoshigaki was dead. The three had a moment of silence for the dead warrior, but knew they had to report back to Wave as soon as possible, and left the area, not before burying his body. Days later, Wave. All of the Wave ninjas stood on a hymn, Naruto and Kurama in front of them. They were looking at the sky, having their last moment of peace. We will win, started out Naruto, not even turning around to face his ninja. I believe in each and every one of you. Your training has taken us far, and experience is even more. We are the strongest, the thing I wanted us to be in the beginning. There is no one out there like this group of people. We have done what others would have thought crazy. We have been realized even by the 5 great nations as a threat, even though we came to Wave just 3 years ago. Our names are known across the globe. We are known for being powerful but freighting. Amazing but terrible. Helpful but dangerous. Saints but tyrants. Peacemakers but village destroyers. People have different names for us all, but I know better. I know what we are, said Naruto as he grabbed Kurama's hand and faced his ninja. We are Wave. We are there for each other when we need help. We are the family that has grown over time. We are the people that has grabbed the world's attention. We are the people that shall be the deciding factor of this war. He shouted out. When there is one wave, another shall follow behind. We also have each other's back, and we will never abandon one of our own kind. We had a goal to be the strongest. Well, we have accomplished this. How do I know? Because the 5 great nations aren't sure if we are going to win without our help. That says something. Do you know what that says about us? He asked as he looked at each individual person. Zabuza, Haku, Dosu, Kin, Saku, Fu, Yakumo, Jirobo, Kidomaru, Tayuya, Sakin, Akon, Fuka, Uran, Pakura, Karen, Suigetsu, Jugo, Isaribi, Anko. It means we are what we have always wanted to be. The greatest, the strongest, the best. We are Wave, and we don't show any mercy to any enemy. No matter the number, we will blow through our enemies like they were nothing. We take no bullshit from anyone, because they either respect us or fear us enough to not that we are not the ones to mess with. All of our lives have been tough, but we have fought and persevered enough through the struggle that made us strong. Everyone has changed since they have been a part of Wave, and everyone here I have come to know as the word, family. You all know my story. I shouldn't know what that word means, but you all showed me what it was. It means that you have people to depend on. To trust. And I thank you all for showing me that, but we have something to do. The world needs our help, and I'll be damn sure to see us stand out on top, said Naruto as he turned around. Now, let's go win ourselves a war. That will be it for this video. If you want more, comment down below, like, subscribe. And see you guys later.